All right, all right. Hey, Kuru, dear Bard. How's it going, rock stars? Yes, today my energies. Like I woke up in the morning and just felt like I hadn't slept at all, even though I did sleep. It was horrible. It was like I was so confused by it that like I was so tired. Tormod, good morning. Infinite Divide. Fantastic. Good morning. Welcome. How's everyone doing? Today is my last day, then I'm on vacation. Oh yeah. Captain Jetlag. I will do my intro and outro and I think general overhaul of the look. I want to have like more things going on. Oh, that's good, Captain Jetlag. I did not. I won. Michal, good morning. All right, throw me some. Let's just get this ball rolling. Throw me some topics. Let me open the window so you see daylight instead of lamp. Look at that. I touched the webcam. I don't like sunshine in my art dungeon. There we go. Zombie warlord. Tired private detective. Space racer. Oh yeah. Lady Firefly collector. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Interesting topic. Okay, I will use my phone dice program, right? So there's no salty comments about that the it's rigged. Reduce less dice, one dice. All right, there's only 4 topics, so I'll roll the dice, and if there's if there's higher than 5 or 6, then whatever, I'll do something on my own. It's number 1. Salty beer bar. Yeah. Number 1, which means Zombie Warlord by Michal. All right. Zombie Warlord by Michal E. Rachwell. I have no idea how to say Rachwell. Congratulations, Michal. Just joking there, Bart. Just joking. Don't worry. It's all good fun. All right, let's do it. So, Zombie Warlord. Okay, so I had this idea instantly in my head that it's like this dead warrior that I want to. How do I want to? Right, I had this kind of cinematic um, picture in my head about this zombie, right? Like walking and dragging his massive sword. Um, Probably the sword can't be that simple. It has to have some sort of design to it, right? So he's like walking on a battlefield, kind of what's called shambling. That's the word, right? Shambling forward. Zombies shamble. there, Bart. Yeah, just don't worry. All right, I'll stop poking. Yeah, I mean, you guys don't need to give me suggestions. Uh, I can just draw whatever as well. That's fine with me too. If you guys feel like the whole topic thing is unnecessary pressure or whatever, well, we don't need to do it. It's not like a set uh, things that need to happen in this stream, right? It's just a warm up stream, anyways. I can just sit and doodle whatever I want, and you guys don't need to worry about it if that's the case. I'm completely fine with that as well. Hey, good morning, Jordy. That's cool. That's cool. Cool with me. Either way, guys and girls, don't feel like it. We need to follow some sort of path or setup of this stream. I'm up for change regardless. So if you guys want to change it, if there's enough people who want something else, then we'll do it. But if you guys are happy with naming the topics, then that's what we'll do. Regardless, I will always do the warm up anyways. So no need to worry. Definitely, Tormo. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Hey, Georg. Good night. Good morning. Yeah, topics are fun. You guys are doing. You peoples are doing a really good job coming up with cool topics. Let's have like a cape maybe that's broken, kind of flowing up in the wind. I feel like going a little bit dirtier in my line work today. See what that brings to the table. So um, my the if you guys whoever remember, but my son one day came home and said that he loved a girl, right? Um, and that he had proclaimed his love to this girl, and he had made her a gift, and later she had like acknowledged and said that she loves him too, and that he was so happy he had like done like Christmas gifts for her. He had made his own like paper box with a lid, and he had done like like a bunch of different little gifts for her. He like handcrafted them, and he had given them. And then, unfortunately, he came one day. He was like, "You know what happened? Today was not a good day." I was like, "Yeah, what's happened?" He was like, "The girl doesn't love me anymore. She loves someone else." I was like, "Oh." But during this time when she had proclaimed that, like that her love is for him as well, uh, I asked him like, "Do you play with her?" He was like, "No." It's like, "Do you talk to her?" And he was like, "No." And I said, well, you have to talk to the people you like so that they know, like so that they understand that you like them and you want because you can be friends with girls too. It's very important. And he was like, "No, you don't. You can't do that with girls." I was like, "Yeah, of course." And like um, they even share their uh, like love for Minecraft. I was like, "Oh, just you can come. She can come over, and you two can sit and play Minecraft. Just you do that with your other friends. Why not with her?" He was like, "No." And yeah, and she had invited him to her birthday party, but unfortunately, the birthday party was all girl, um, so he didn't want to go. He couldn't be the only boy there. He would be so bored. Um, Anyways, and then well, like we suggested that they could go to the cinema together, like, and he was like, no, nothing happened of it. And then of course she said eventually, like, I don't know what, you know, they don't know what love is anyways. They're just kind of imitating grown-ups. But it's fun. You have to acknowledge that they're, you know, experiencing emotions. You can't, deny them of figuring out what love is. You know, what's called infatuation. Cute though. But he's like known in his school for some reason. Like everyone knows who Hugo is. It's funny. He's a smart kid, and he's in the choir, and he's gonna have a solo for the school choir, like show for the whole school. Gonna be cool. Good little boy. Hey, Svensson Art. Good morning. Oh, cool, Svensson. I have no idea what that is though. By name, probably by looking, um, but yeah, don't know what that is. Arrow in the head. I don't know. Maybe it'll make it too funny. Oh, I don't know. I don't know that kind of stuff. I know Studio Ghibli did a few movies, like that Totoro, right? Totoro and Ponyo. Those are the ones. And Howl's Moving Castle. That's Studio Ghibli too, right? And then the delivery witch delivery thing. Um, and there's some new movie was announced, right? I saw a trailer of it. Some sort of offshoot studio of Studio Ghibli. um, about some witch, uh, like the witch and the first apple or something weird like that. I just saw it this morning, briefly. Hey, Sin Taker, new hairstyle? No, it's just I just yeah, I just put product in it. Usually, I just have a morning hair chaos, like someone's throwing a hand grenade on my head. Um, but today I fixed it. Mm. Spirited Away also, yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, exactly, Svensson. Some sort of I didn't really get the whole idea about who they were, but to some sort of some animators or some main people that did a lot of Ghibli movies started some stuff of their own, or but they're making Ghibli movie. So if I get that right, they split, they left Ghibli to set their own studio, but now they're doing Ghibli movies like as a extension. Pretty pretty hilarious setup in that case, if that's true. That just means they didn't like the studio politics, I guess. They wanted their own on their own terms, if that's the case. Halfway on time, right? So there's 15, no, 17 minutes left. That's pretty cool. I'm I'm okay with that. Put some arrows in. I'm still going back to that idea, but because I think it's going to be a great like the reason why I want to put arrows in him is that so it's like a push back, so we can see he's charging forward. Should have stuff trailing backwards as well, just so to emphasize the feeling of pushing forward. Next year, we're gonna continue on a client that does this monster game, uh, the the tabletop game. Like they make miniatures out of our designs, um, and we got a second contract from them with more stuff. We did already a lot, so it's going to be lots of fun to go back to doing like classic monsters and new monsters, because who doesn't have fun drawing monsters? It's so much fun to do. Svensson art, nice. Yeah, yeah. He quit, right? He retired. Hey, Sir Canavar. Good morning. Welcome. I would say I don't remember your nickname, so glad to see you here. Welcome to my 30-minute stream. So I draw something for 30 minutes. and then the stream ends. Currently, the lovely Michal suggested Zombie Warlord, and that is what I'm drawing today. He won the dice roll. Let's put some hints of like chainmail in there, so we get a second material going on, or actually a third in that case, because we got cloth metal. Oh, I like doing these kind of messy drawings. That's true, Bjorn and Dearbard. Their movies are not really the same. Even though I haven't like super followed all the movies, I know some of them. They're really good. But some movies, obviously without him, they lack some of that magic, that the tempo of them, or the you know how if someone directs something, it's done in a specific way. Hey, good morning, Mute Lava. How's it going? Welcome. I don't recognize your nickname as well. Welcome, welcome. Always happy to see a new face. Kuru. I'm not sure about if putting it in color yet. I'm thinking I want to nail a little bit more of the rhythm, like the darks, so that the groups of shadows read better, and then I'll try some colors on top. I'm gonna try a different technique today, experiment with another one to see the results of them. It's a completely different technique I haven't used yet, but it's a fun technique I used to do many years ago to experiment with textures and outcomes. It's not anything new per se. It's not like a revolutionary trick, but it's a well-known trick that a lot of people used to use at the beginning of the speed painting, in the speed painting community. So I'll play around with that today, I think. I'm just gonna block in some shadows to get the better rhythm. All right, that'll do. I'd say good enough. Not perfect, but I don't have time for it. Yeah, Tormod, that's a good point. I'll make sure to give him angry, glowy eyes. Okay. I'm gonna be Googling a little bit. Need to find a photo. It's like a it's like a photo bashing technique of sorts. Like I said, it's nothing special, absolutely nothing special, but it's a fun little way of finding textures and stuff. So let's go check the time. Okay. So the idea, like, of the technique is to use um, photos to get a. Now I think because I have to do it really, really fast, it doesn't come across the way I wanted to do. Like you would have to take more time to place the textures and so on. So now I just have to kind of rush it. But usually you can get some really fun results really fast by like copy pasting. You take sections of the texture and like warp it and place it and things like that. I know that Levi Puterfi, Samson Reaper, I talked about him before, that he uses this technique still because he's one of those kind of old school speed painters at heart, even though he does a lot of matte painting. But yeah, it's a technique that was very common many years ago by speed painters. Like when they all tried to figure the whole thing out when Craig Mullins were just like the one true living god posting on forums and people were just trying to reverse engineer um, his approach and how the hell can he do what he does. So it was a really interesting time actually in the industry when a lot of people were trying to hack their approach and come up with new processes to see, you know, like what's the whole thing of what are we doing actually, you know. And a lot of cool techniques and cool artists started popping up because everyone was experimenting with techniques. And I feel like lately uh, a lot of people are technique is stagnating a lot. Like a lot of people don't push approaches that much. Um, and that's why I enjoy doing these warm-ups, for example, is it allows me to try new things in a way. Obviously, I'm not pushing the whole a new approach very hard, but it does a lot. You know, I do experiment a lot, and it does help me uh, to clear my mind and come up with new techniques offline. So there's always a point when you're doing this technique, like where you have to let the textures um, talk for themselves. Like I feel like a lot of places I should stop painting them, you know, so that the the texture stuff there is doing its business. Okay, let's have a like sickly green, maybe glowing eye. Yeah, Michael, definitely. It does help a lot very quickly. The trick is to just kind of another thing that a lot of these speed painters did was that they like made selections, like suggested, um, whatever they might need to paint. Like they made selections, hid them, and you could paint in them. But what they also did was they copied more textures and placed them inside the selections, so that when they could like manipulate the textures even further. And another technique I know that they used a lot, which I don't use that much, is a technique where they use the heel brush to paint textures into the selections, so that you can kind of reverse back information, or stamp tool as well. They use a lot um, to reuse the textures, because there's always a risk when um, you are wait, my mind went blank. When you're painting too much, you're removing the textures. I had to brighten it a bit because I'm not doing a painting, because I did the sketch part underneath, so it got a bit too muddy and dark. But it's a fun technique. So, like I said, it's a really easy way to get stuff in. And the problem with textures is you have to use the textures correctly, and otherwise they'll quickly work against you. But like I said, it's a fun little way to get good results fast, just to kind of help you push the painting in the right direction. And then, of course, I mean, you can spend more time, uh, you know, actually setting up the painting with better textures and so on. Like I just Googled 2 forest pictures and slapped them in. But the technique is fun. This is maybe not the best result, but it's fun. I think the problem is the approach. I'm mixing the styles a little bit too much, um, like ink drawing or charcoal drawing with the photo bash sketchy technique. It tends to uh, muddy the stream or the muddy the waters. You know, the best with using this technique is when you're not having line art, and when you have a more like a painting approach to it. Then you'll get the best results. But this works too, you know. All right, that's it. Time's up. Let's just try to give it a little bit more mood. Now let's have it blue like that. All right, I can't do anything more of this. Anyways, thanks everyone for coming. It's Friday. How fun isn't Friday? Love me some Friday. Also, love me some vacation now. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Cat and jet lag. I will be streaming though every morning next week. So it's not fully vacation. Thank you all for coming. Good night. Good day. And thanks for the topic, Michal. Good stuff. Have a good one, people. Bye.